This is a DM's guide to another adventure with our 80s D&D cartoon heroes, or you can create your own things. Hold Back the Dead is designed for level 4 PCs, where they defend a keep from the Lich Zastam. This is a DM's guide. If you're playing it, look away. In the Western Heartlands stands the abandoned Iron Spine Keep. The Lord's Alliance hire the party to guard the keep until it can be claimed by the faction. A halfling female commander called Corley Halvachar calls for an audience with the PCs. She represents the Lord's Alliance, which is a partnership between merchant cities, including Waterdeep, Neverwinter, Baldur's Gate, among others. Corley explains that the job is quite easy. You're just watching over an empty keep, while the 5 Sword Coast cities jointly restore this fortress from within. Now the adventurers arrive at Ironspire Keep to find Corley in full armour and saying, "Things have got worse since I first offered you this job. While we walk inside, why not tell me about yourselves?" So the players get to fill everybody in about the characters they've built. Working their way through the fortress, they'll see the repair work being done, along with people sharpening swords ready for battle and spears being piled up for easy access. Corley says this fort is a great site for the Lord's Alliance to establish a base of operations, to basically keep tabs on things over here. But earlier, an image of the leader of the Red Wizards of Thay, Zastam, appeared over the keep, warning us that those below can either fight or flee. Our scouts have reported waves of undead on the way. They will start arriving in about an hour. As you can see, we don't have many soldiers or even any squires that could hold a spear or two. Each city has reinforced a wall, so you'll be required to defend one with the city's guards. You can pick whichever one you like. So new players will likely have heard of Baldur's Gate. This is the northern tip of the fortress, and Baldur's Gate inventors have installed a clockwork trebuchet as a defending weapon. The dwarven city of Mithril Hall has taken up the northwest area, and they can hurl this super hot metal in canisters with their forge launcher. Over there, Neverwinter has an automatic ballista protecting the west side. Silvermoon is over on the east with an enchanted ballista. And the City of Splendour, Waterdeep itself, protects the northeast with a storm cannon. Now questions may arise in roleplay from the PCs and they'll get these responses. Scouts say loads of skeletons and zombies could surround the keep, and some sort of ghost made out of a dark mist seems to be leading the troops. Our troops are spread thinly, evenly over all of the battlements. Wherever you defend, I'll do my best to keep tabs on the other sections. Retreating is not an option. You'll receive 1,000 gold pieces each, and in fact, my 1,000 gold you can quite happily share amongst the few of you. I have no need for it. I need you. So outside of the keep, the land has not yet been chopped down of bushes. There's loads of plant life, vegetation, making it easy for the undead to secrete themselves in should they get close enough. Inside the keep, the stonework is not yet fully repaired. It's got cracks, it's got holes. And we get this map to show the battlements, the defensive weaponry, and the 5 cities' chosen areas. The crumbling battlements themselves do give half cover, which is +2 to AC. All the weapons of the cities have 20 shots to be shot. Now, Baldur's Gate weapon is loaded and aimed by a single pull of a lever. It has AC 15, hit points 100, +5 to attack, a range of 200 to 800, 27 average bludgeoning damage. Mithril Hall's weapon automatically reloads upon firing, AC 15, 30 HP. It's aimed, causing a DC 15 dex save for a range of 30 to 300 feet, where a 20-foot sphere will either deal 14 fire damage average or half of that on a successful save against it. Neverwinter's weapon reloads automatically. AC 15, 50 health, +6 to attack, 120 to 400 feet, doing 22 average piercing. Silvery Moon's weapon, the enchanted ballista, is AC 15, hit points 50, that's plus 6, 120 to 480 feet, doing 22 piercing. And then finally, Waterdeep Storm Cannon requires a load action, AC 18, hit points 30, plus 6 for 200 to 800 feet, doing 22 average lightning. When the undead arrive, they bring with them this black fog which obscures vision as deathly combatants circle the fortress. 8 skeletons and 2 ogre zombies holding 20-foot metal ladders stomp towards the walls and try and get the skeletons up these ladders. Now the skeletons will range until they get in melee attack distance. This first wave is all that the characters need to concentrate on. But since you're DM, you need to probably do some cinematics, as looking over to this side you see this happening and over there you see that happening. Just keep the tension up, but you don't expect the players to wander off and help somebody else. The skeletons are AC 14, health average of 13, immune to poison, exhaustion and poisoned. They have dark vision. Short sword is plus 5 for 6 average piercing. The short bow is plus 5 for 6 average piercing. They are still vulnerable to bludgeoning. The ogre zombie is large, AC of 8, 85 average health, immune to poison, exhaustion, poisoned, dark vision again. If it gets reduced to 0, it makes a con save of 5 plus the damage taken, unless the damage is radiant or from a critical hit. Radiance finally gets some undead involvement, but on a successful con save, the ogre zombie only goes down to 1 health. The slam attack is plus 6 for 13 average bludgeoning. So after this first wave, there's only a few minutes for the characters to actually chug some heals. Since the ogres can't climb these ladders, the second wave starts with 4 skeletons pushing out 2 decrepit mangonels, which will fire zombies up onto the battlements. That is cool. The zombies will land prone. Once these zombies are up, the mangonels fire sacks full of crawling claws. The mangonel is AC 12, hit points 30, requires load and aim, 2 utilise actions to load it, and 1 utilise action to aim it, firing up a swarm of crawling claws. AC 12, 49 average health, resistant to bludgeoning, piercing and slashing, immune to necrotic, poison, charmed, exhaustion, frightened, grappled, incapacitated, oh god, and stunned. Can't be stunned, they have blind sight, they don't need eyes, they know where you are. The swarm can occupy another creature's space. The attacks is plus 4, 20 necrotic or 11 necrotic if the swarm is bloodied at half hit points. As this ends, a quiet befalls the scene as undead retreat, pulling the fog away somewhat to reveal the carnage of battle so far. Now you can allow a short rest here for them to properly replenish their health. And it's likely that those ladders were destroyed or at least toppled, right? But Zat Tam has a little trick up its sleeve. It has instilled a doppelganger and helpers of the Red Wizards of the inside the troops on the goody side. So Corley, looking a little bit taller than usual and speaking in a little bit of a different voice, will arrive with 3 soldiers in tow. Well done, friends, you're doing great, but we need your siege weapon to defend a weaker part of the wall. My squires here will disassemble it and move it before we're attacked again. The players might smell a rat here. As Corley said, there were hardly any squires at all. So, will the players realise this is a doppelganger and something's not right? Ultimately, the squires will start dismantling and breaking the siege weapon and then attack the party. The doppelganger is AC 14, average health of 52, can't be charmed, makes 2 slam attacks and uses unsettling visage if available. Slam plus 6 with advantage during the first round of each combat. Interesting. Hits for 11 bludgeoning damage. can cast Detect Thoughts, but the unsettling visage is a wisdom saving throw DC 12. Each creature in a 15-foot area from the doppelganger makes it, and then the target has the frightened condition. Bonus action can shapeshift, but that's up to you. These scouts are AC 13, 16 average health, 2 attacks spread how you want between short sword and longbow. Short sword +4 for 5 piercing, longbow +4 for 6 piercing. And then the black fog will start to encroach once more, meaning that the undead are coming again. As a misty wraith with 4 zombies appears out of the fog.
Once they are dead, the fortress will be ours.
So a wraith is AC 13 with 67 average health, can fly 60 feet, immune to, necrotic, poison and some conditions, has dark vision, can move through creatures, has a life drain of +6, doing 21 necrotic damage average, sucking out from the hit points so that the maximum health goes down. And then the wraith can target downed civilians and cause them to turn into a spectre, which are under the wraith's control. The zombies are AC 8 with 15 average health, can't be poisoned or exhausted or have a poison damage done to it. If it's reduced to 0, it makes a con save, DC 5 plus damage taken, same as the ogre zombie, but it has a slam of +3, does 5 average bludgeoning damage. Plus, when this wraith in particular is reduced to 0 health, it explodes into 3 shadows, which will mostly target whoever actually killed the wraith. That is so cool. So once you've beaten the head honcho and a lot of the other waves, you're left with pockets of undead for you to decide whether or not they just retreat or you want to extend with anything undead that you want to throw in there, really, until you decide that the players are all dead or the players have won. Then the real Corley innocently arrives, declaring the PCs the greatest defenders of the land. This keep is given to the players, like you can live here and defend this place on our behalf. So they're given a bastion. This is a great way to introduce bastions into your game. And don't forget, they also get the gold that they were promised. Subscribe for more DM guides. That's that done.